You know, one of the things we want to talk about tonight, and we want to spend probably more time on if we can, is a limited time jumpstart promotion that's going on. And, you know, that took effect August 26th. Any new person that is coming into the business as of August 26th, this will affect it. And what does it mean? It means in our normal compensation plan, the one we all maybe sort of grew up with as we talk about it, that when you got to 12 and 12, you got a $300 check with that. Well, now what we're talking about is that first pay cycle, the one that goes 0 to 1200, breaking that into bite-sized bits so that people can get paid faster. We're going to run this promotion for a year, and then we're going to reevaluate it again. Why are we running it? The reason we're running it is because we're hoping this will stimulate people to build out that organization. We know when people see success, they tend to do more. Cullen, do you want to jump into how that gets split?
Yeah, you guys, it's as simple as taking that first $300 commission check and breaking it up 3 different ways. So first, when an unfranchised owner hits 300 BV on the left and 300 BV on the right, they will receive a $75 commission check. And then when they hit the next threshold, which is 600 BV on the left, 600 BV on the right, they'll get another check for $75. And then when they get up to the 1200 BV on the left, 1200 BV on the right, they will receive the balance of that $300, which is a $150 commission check. And at that point is when they will hit the coordinator level with the company, just like we've always done in the history of the company, which is exciting. And then keep in mind, in the blue there, you can see at the bottom, please keep in mind this only applies to the new unfranchised owners first time through the pay cycle. Again, to Jim's point, we're stimulating faster payouts to obviously get people excited. Remember, this is always in addition to the retail profit that you're helping that new unfranchised owner generate as well. And so then therefore we're hitting the ground running. As Jim mentioned here at the top, and I should say too, that first slide that was a little bit blurry, that was a picture from everybody's support materials as well. This document you can find within support materials. When you go back, just put in Jumpstart, and then this will populate as a document each, and we broke it up into multiple slides. But just to make it simple so everybody can look through the steps of how this works, again, starting on August 26th or later, so obviously moving forward, they got to be active and activated in accordance with the Unfranchised Manual, Chapter 8, just like normal, in good standing with Market America's policies and procedures. And again, the breakdown on the pay cycle is the same that I just shared on the slide before. But the key element here, look at the asterisks at the bottom, folks. Each sponsoring UFO needs to ensure that the auto placement is set up correctly. You know, we're so used to setting up an auto placement, Jim, that rotates from our, you know, someone's left side to the right side, and it goes back and forth on orders that would manually be going into the system here. Well, we need to make sure all of that is going to the common leg until that new unfranchised owner activates, which of course, by them activating, they should have enough volume, of course, coming from sales that should push them over the 300 BV threshold, which means that $75 commission check will be coming. Now, we should note at this point, we are already working, the internal programming team is already programming a solution for this, which is going to default it to everybody's common side. So it's only going to go into one leg of the new UFO as a default. But as we know, sometimes new unfranchised owners get a little curious and they go in and start messing with stuff when they don't know exactly what they're doing. So we want to make sure you're having conversation with these new unfranchised owners up front as it's set up. It stays in the one side until they activate, because we don't want them to hit the threshold. They hit 300 and 300 on the business volume, but yet they're not activated. Well, they're going to forfeit that commission check, which is, Jim, it's the same thing that would happen if they hit 12 and 12 and they weren't activated, right?
Yeah. So Cullen, let's break this down a little bit more for everybody so that they can really put it together. So qualified obviously means they have to have 200 in their 001, personally sponsored, qualified unfranchised owner. Now, the reason when we say common leg, if I brought Cullen into my business and I put him on the 003 right side, he's on the right side of my business, his common leg would be his 003 right. So any volume that's placed, I would put into his 003 right. I would not put any in the left because, again, we don't want it to get to 300 and 300. If he's not activated, that would be a forfeit. This is actually going to make this really easy. I was talking to another team earlier and they loved it. We know now we put all the volume. So if I have a big order and I've got volume to place into my new guy, Cullen, I put it on the strong side and we're building the strong side. When he sponsors his first person, he's going to put them on his strong side. And then when he sponsors his second person, he'll put it on that inside leg. But if that person comes in for 200 BV, he'll be 100 away from a commission. If they come in with a fast start kit for 300 BV, then he's going to earn $75 right off the bat with that. That's the first part of going through that pay cycle. The second part is if you get to 600 and 600, now what happens? Well, I get another, Cullen said this, I get another $7,500 commission check. Well, at that point though, I'm not going to receive that check until I do what's called a Form 1000. Form 1000 is showing that we did our $200 in retail sales. Now I won't forfeit the check if I get there and I haven't done it. We'll have a 28-day hold on that check. But if I don't do it within 28 days, then I will forfeit it. So for my new people, what's this mean? It's exciting. It means I want to get them retailing right away. This is what our business is built on. We want them to get that Form 1000 done as soon as possible. The next bullet point you see is earning a commission during the first 3 Q date period could terminate the first quarter grace period. And I want to clarify this for people because some people didn't quite understand it. Let's say I'm the new person. I start my business 3 weeks or 4 weeks into starting. I now have sponsored my second person. I earn that $75 check. Everybody's high-fiving me. It's great. And I think, oh, does that mean that my BV starts right away on the next Tuesday? No, it doesn't. There's still that period of time that before it starts, it's not going to happen right away, but it is going to happen in the second month, not the first month and not the third month. So that'll start to happen quicker. I'll tell you one thing you can do to safeguard. It's something Frank Kiefer taught me years and years ago, Cullen. Frank told me, start people who come in the business on the second month right away anyway, because that way it's only 50 BV and you make sure that they don't mess up on the third month. It also takes care of this as we're talking about it. Now, if a UFO earns his first commission in red flushes, they can't participate in the promotion any longer. So if I earn my first $75, but then I don't do my minimum activity requirements, I'm no longer eligible for that promotion, and it'll just go when I get to 2,400 and 2,400 like it always has in the past. Now, this promotion is subject to all other Market America policies and procedures. We reserve the right to audit any activities associated with it to make sure there's nothing weird going on with it. And we reserve the right to modify or terminate it. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. If we do it right, this promotion period is going to be one of the greatest things that has ever happened. It's going to allow us to have people who earn checks quicker. It's going to simplify where volume is placed because it's always put into the common side. And it's going to allow people to... Everybody knows that once you start building, BV matters more because it's leading towards commissions. So it's going to generate even more retail sales while we do this. So we're in a great, this to me, Cullen, is one of the most exciting promotions we've ever done as a company.
Absolutely. And everybody who knows all of us, all of the management team, that's the whole thought process in all of our meetings is how can we enhance things to make things better? How can we get people paid faster? So anybody coming up with anything outside of that realm is fishing for something else. All right. At the end of the day,
Cullen, did I say 7,500? I meant $75.
You did at one point, but everybody had your back. Yeah. Of
okay.
course.
Thank you.
Thank you. And everybody's like, yeah, listen, really, so everybody's laughing because it was like, all right, might have been a slight misstep on that, but we had it in the chat and I put $75, of course, but on our way to $7,500, of course, that's what we're making happen.